Sometimes I see something listed online that's weird. A doll with a painting or a clown with a beard. I don't mean to scare you, I don't want to fuss. But is it haunted or is it us? Is it haunted? We don't know. But my auntie's uncle's brother told me so.
We're back. I don't know what I was doing there. Is it haunted or is it us? Insert Jackie. Another place for sale.
Ooh,
This
where
time we're in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Ooh, okay.
I've never been. Did you drive through Minnesota?
No, I
California?
took the southern route.
The southern route. So next time we gotta go.
The northern route. I want to do the northern route.
I want to do it.
Yes,
I want
it's
to.
so much fun.
I'm going to do it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Even if I like do one way with you and I fly back
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do it. Yeah, so we're in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm going to start off that this was like a mansion, and it's now 3 condos.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes, I remember.
They're like good-sized condos. This house is 2,500 square feet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's 2 bed, 3 baths. I will say you probably, like if you had kids, the second bedroom kind of has 2 zones.
Okay.
So you could kind of make it like each of their own bedroom situation.
Yeah.
So it's kind of 3, but I'm sure
Right.
it's like in Connecticut. It doesn't have a closet, so
Right.
it's not a bedroom.
Yeah.
I
I think in New York you have to have a window.
Yeah,
technically?
Connecticut you have to have a window and a closet
Okay.
for it to be considered a bedroom.
Yeah. The closet does not exist in New York.
No. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, is it all of New York or just the city, I wonder?
Probably just the city.
Yeah, I bet you upstate.
Yeah.
You have to have a closet and a window.
Probably.
I know in Europe, which makes sense because most of the architecture and homes back then currently are very old.
Yes.
Like we think 1600s is old for us.
Right.
There's somebody I followed on like Instagram whose her place originally was built like 500 something.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
Yeah, and now it's like a little condo that they turned it
Well,
into.
that's like the crazy thing too in Europe. Like you see these like apartments or houses built on top of like the structural ruins, but they're
Yeah.
so well built
Yeah.
that you've just got like these foundations of like from like you know 500.
Well, did you see that I posted on our Instagram and on I think on Blue Sky? It was like an old mill house, I think in Italy. And there was parts of it where the floor was like even older because it was like there'd been a fire and it had been like rebuilt.
Yeah.
But that being said, especially like I know in London, like you're not required to have a closet in the room to be considered a bedroom.
Okay.
And a lot of places you're getting wardrobes. Like there isn't a closet. So
that kind of tracks for like I feel like London and New York are very similar.
Yeah. And I don't know how it is for the rest of homes. It is going off again like crazy.
Yeah, it really
and there's
is.
nothing electrical near
I'm
it.
just gonna move it over here.
I'm telling you, I feel like it's me today. Like I have like this hum.
I think it's you.
It's really
Oh,
weird.
It's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. So this was built in 1889, which again for us we're like, oh, it's old, but I'm saying like this person's like house was like 500, you know.
Yeah.
So this is a Zillow find. It's a short Zillow write-up, but then I did a little bit of research on it. So I have some a little extra for this one.
Okay.
So I'll read the Zillow writing first.
Okay.
Own a piece of distinguished St. Paul history with this exquisite 3-story condo inside Summit Avenue's famed Fourpaw Mansion. I don't believe I said his last name correctly, but we're going to go with it.
That works.
Yeah. This spacious, impeccably maintained home is full of that classic Victorian character we love, including beautifully refinished hardwood floors, 14-foot ceilings, jaw-dropping original woodwork, huge windows, 4 fireplaces. This is just in the condo. This condo.
Wow.
And elegant chandeliers. I remember there's 3 condos in this.
Oh.
So I don't know because it's 3 stories, so I'm wondering if each
floor is
like,
its own. I bet.
Yeah. Well, no, like the condo unit itself is 3 stories.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if it's like one here, and then like one here.
Yeah.
So that they all have like window.
Yeah, like how does that?
Yeah,
is it
I'm
like
not-
half of it and half of it, and like that's
Yeah,
interesting.
and like they have like well, I showed you the entryway,
Yeah.
which is like the original entryway,
Yeah.
and then they have the condos off of that.
Right.
So you have that gorgeous wooden staircase, but then in
So
here,
pretty.
at least one of the staircases in this condo unit is like one of those like spiral.
Okay.
Which I'm like, kind of doesn't fit the Victorian, but I'll let them have it because it's like wrought iron, so they tried. At the same time, the home features many modern updates, including a fully updated, stunning high-end kitchen with heated floors,
Oh.
fresh paint throughout, new lighting, ton of storages. The next word was gorgeous.
Oh, that makes sense.
Storage, gorgeous tiled bathrooms, this large 3-season screen porch in the back, which I was showing you. It was beautiful. Which, like, in a city, that's actually kind of, I don't know anything really about St. Paul.
Yeah.
I know it's a city though, but like to have like an outdoor space,
Yeah.
like that's
Because I know
nice.
that St. Paul is like one of their like bigger cities.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly. It's got panoramic views, so it's like a wraparound,
nice.
gorgeous porch. 2 garage parking spaces.
Oh,
so
nice.
Nice. More storage in the basement, and it's a secured building.
Oh,
It has
nice.
great walkability to everything you need. So it's like it's in a good place. It's
Yeah,
in a good
great
location.
neighborhood.
So I was like, well, I want to know more about this house because it's an old house, and I
Yeah.
always, whenever I see a house that I'm drawn to, I always try to do some research and try to see if there is something already out there, and
Yeah.
not just my speculation. And so I was like, I want to know more.
Yeah.
They're especially when there's a name involved. So like in this point, it was the famed Forpo Mansion.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, well, let me see what I can find about this.
Okay.
And so I have reference articles if people want to read because I'm not a historian. But so it goes, after spending time in Europe to treat his mental health,
Okay.
Joseph and Mary Firpo moved into their new mansion on something avenue. I'm not going to say.
Right.
Yeah. So it was the Firpos.
Okay.
Joseph and that was in 1891 that they moved into this mansion.
Okay.
So it says Joseph Firpo was born in 1837 in Pennsylvania. So we're just kind of like following and that was all coincidence.
Yeah.
None of it was on purpose. He came to St. Paul in 1853 after, again, like saying they had been away in Europe trying to, mental health. I get it, bro. Totally understand. And he married his wife in 1862.
Okay.
And they had 5 children.
Oh, wow.
And so now they're living in this house with 5 children. And it was originally just this mansion. It was not
Right.
a condo. So, I mean, let me scoot back up here. This condo is 2,500 square feet.
So, like,
let's
times
say
3?
times 3.
Yeah.
We're looking at like 8,000 square feet, right? Math? Did I math that right? I'm pretty sure I mathed that right. I'm a little proud of myself
pretty
at the
close,
moment.
yeah.
Yeah. So, children, they had 5. So he was very business savvy. He had a bunch of different ventures. One of them was like a wholesale boot and shoe.
Oh.
He had a lot of property that he invested in
Okay.
throughout the city. He
Smart.
retired from his like business ventures in 1888, but he still like dabbed with like property and stuff like
Okay.
that. This next part, trigger warning.
Okay.
So putting it out there. In early July of 1892, he committed suicide in the woods nearby.
Oh, wow.
And was found a few days later. And the only reason he was even found was because one of his grandchildren didn't find him.
Oh.
Bless their soul. But remembered asking his grandfather, like, oh, what are you doing today? What are you off to? And he was like, oh, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. And then I'm going to take a walk at the park. And so they were able to take like those locations.
Right.
And
Like, go and find him.
Yeah. And they think he took his life because there was like the financial crash, and he was like really worried about being in poverty and
Yeah.
leaving his family in poverty. And then like obviously he had some mental health issues, because
Right,
right
on
from the
top of
get-go
it.
I was finding that they'd gone to Europe to work on mental health.
Right.
What I don't know, I couldn't really find much on that.
Yeah.
But
I feel like especially given that time, they just kind
right.
of labeled it
It
all.
was like, go get some fresh air.
Exactly.
Like,
go convalesce by the seaside.
Yeah, exactly. So thankfully though, I mean, unfortunately that he passed, his family like never had any issues, because he made such good business decisions.
Right.
That it wasn't affected by the crash at all.
Oh, that's great.
The family fared well from his estates and several real estates he owned for decades.
Oh, wow.
So
smart man.
I know it was something he was worried about, but his family ended up being okay.
Yeah.
It was in the family's hand until 1947.
Oh, wow. So a long time.
A long time. And when it was sold originally, it was divided into apartments, and there was 19 apartments originally.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So who knows what else this building has seen? Like 19 apartments.
I know, like 19 kitchens. Like
19 kitchens. Well, and I guess it was the 40s. I was gonna say there could have been like shared baths, but maybe not.
Yeah,
then I would have seen in the early 1900s that could have been like a situation where there was like shared.
Unless it was like more of a like what are those homes called? Like where the people like
a halfway house?
That, or maybe like I feel like that's more like late 1800s.
Or almost like those things where you're renting a room kind of thing. But it did say 19 apartments, so I'm not entirely sure. Okay. But then eventually it was bought, and it was turned into these condos.
Okay.
And some of his other real estate properties also have been turned into condos. Okay.
And you said it was 3 condos now?
3 condos in this one. And so, given the history, the fact that he took his life,
yes,
his children, his grandchildren.
Yeah,
it was 19 apartments
for so long.
Yeah, it's had a lot of turnover. There have been sightings of ghosts. Like, I don't even need to be like, yes, I was drawn to it and figured there were. But people say they have ghostly activity. They hear whispers, footsteps.
Oh.
They've seen like a little girl.
Oh.
So is it a grandchild? Is it a tenant from the 19 apartments?
Right.
Like, I don't know. But it is known that this listing, you might get a ghost.
Yeah.
You might.
I feel like with that history and the actual knowledge
and the tragedy of him taking his life.
Yeah.
And, there's
yeah, that's haunted.
That's haunted.
Yeah.
It's haunted.
I think
just because I'm saying it.
No, because there have been actual sightings.
There's been sightings, and I feel like anything like that, when there is tragedy.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this, even when something is joyous, you're going to
there's
have
like
a reoccurring.
Yeah.
Whether it's like an intelligent haunt or it's just a repetitive emotion of outburst.
Yeah.
But you're going to get that too with something as tragic as taking your own life or a murder or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem, from what I was reading, like there's anything evil or mischievous, or it seems like a whisper here and some steps and probably
maybe
a child
running.
Yes,
exactly.
So if you're up for that, I
Yeah.
think you're definitely going to get something here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't play the game.
Oh yeah, how much is it? Okay, so it's only 1.
Yeah, 1 of 3.
1 of 3, but you get 2 car garage.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty and big and bright.
Yeah.
Where,
It's 2-bedroom, but you kind of, like, if you have kids, you could probably make it, like, function like a 3rd bedroom.
I'm gonna guess, and it isn't a big city.
Yeah, it's in St. Paul.
I'm gonna guess 495.
495?
Yeah.
A little bit higher.
525.
A little bit higher.
550.
650,000.
I was not gonna get there fast.
No.
650. Okay, that's. I mean, I feel
Here's some
like
of the other photos too while I'm here.
Okay, I feel like I was like subconsciously. Oh, that's.
I want that stove. Our house, the previous, I don't know if it was Gloria or the previous owners. I think it was previous owners, changed our heating to gas.
Okay.
And they gutted our kitchen. Why they didn't put a gas stove in is beyond me, and it hurts my soul.
Yeah, I love a gas.
I
have
love a gas stove.
Electric
I love
is just
a gas stove.
It's not. It doesn't heat evenly.
And you can't get it. You can't get it to the way you want it.
No, it's like on or off.
Like my stovetop is like, I hate it. Like it'll be like, oh, get a boil and then bring it down to low to simmer, and all it does is boil.
Yep.
It just keeps boiling.
Yep. I have a hard time getting mine to a simmer because I feel like the flame, it's like either like on and like you can get it like to a low simmer.
Yeah.
But like even gas is better, 100%.
But yeah, $650,000, which
Okay.
honestly I feel like it's kind of priced right.
Right. Yeah. I honestly feel like I was maybe subconsciously going a little low because I was like, St.
Yeah.
Paul, Minnesota. That's got to be cheaper, right?
Exactly.
No, it's a main city.
It's
like,
a
why
main
would It
city.
be?
The HOA fees are kind of high at $854, and then like, what does that entail? Like snow removal, like
Yeah, like what are you getting with that?
And it doesn't say, unfortunately.
Yeah.
When did it sell us? They're taking a hit. It sold in 24, not even a year ago, for $700,000.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was like any flipping happening. Like that's
maybe.
That's interesting.
I'm trying. It sold in 2018 for $635,000.
Okay.
I want to see if there's anything older. 2013 for $615. So this house really hasn't gotten a lot of equity to it.
No.
But yeah, so it's probably because it's a condo.
Yeah.
I also don't know Minnesota really well.
No.
Anyways, I'm going with haunted.
Yes.
Also
Yep.
because
we know it is.
We know it is.
Yeah.
So that's that. So we're the traveling ghouls.
So hitchhiking ghosts beware.